first intellect is ilm al-hawas. He said it's knowledge of the senses, meaning, fire's hot, or this table is hard, or it's tough, or the carpet is soft. Touch, seeing, smelling, 5 senses, data that goes into you from the 5 senses. This is the first kind of knowledge. This is what all human beings have. Beyond that is ilm al-aql, meaning inferred knowledge. In other words, when you see a fire, you know it's hot, right? You touch it, it's hot, fine. But if you see smoke far away, you don't even see the fire, all you see is smoke. Can you still tell there must be a fire? You can, right? You can infer. You don't have to actually see. You can make conclusions without even seeing. You can compute, you can calculate without actually having to touch and smell and see. Now an animal may not have that kind of inference, but we do. We're a little more advanced, or profoundly more advanced in our ability to infer. These are 2 kinds of intellect now, right? By the senses and by inference. You infer knowledge. But then he adds a third, and this is ilm al-qalb, he says. It's the knowledge of the heart. Meaning Allah gave us some knowledge before we even developed our senses. Allah put some knowledge inside of us when we were in the bellies of our mothers. And that knowledge was in the ruh, right? And the resting place, according to most ulama, of the ruh in our body is the heart itself. So this ruh was blown into us, and it has a certain knowledge too. It has a higher knowledge actually. And in different societies, they don't exactly use the terms we use, but they use interesting alternative terminology. They'll say something like intuition, right? They'll say sixth sense, right? They'll use these kinds of terms to talk about a kind of knowledge that they can't really put their finger on, but they know it's there. They know it's there, right? And that's really this higher sense of morality and higher sense of awareness that Allah Azza wa Jal put inside the human being. Now that knowledge, that soul, there are 2 kinds of that knowledge of the heart. That's knowledge that Allah put inside of us. Sometimes Allah, that's the kind of knowledge we get from istikhara. Your heart feels like you should do it. Your heart feels like you shouldn't do it, etc., etc. It could be a true dream. That's also from Allah Azza wa Jalla, ilm al-qalb. This is from ulum al-qalb. That's not something you computed. That's not something you touched and felt. It's something beyond. It's another kind of knowledge, right? A true dream is another kind of knowledge. But then from that knowledge of the heart is also revelation. The Quran is also that kind of knowledge. And that came on the heart of the Messenger sallallahu alaihi wasallam. The philosophers don't have that. You know what they have? They have knowledge of the intellect, but they don't have knowledge of the heart. So when Allah talked about the revelation of Quran, He said, عَلَى قَلْبِكَ لِتَكُونَ مِنَ الْمُؤْمِنِينَ. We sent it upon your heart so you may be from those who have iman. So this Quran is something special. It's a higher brand of knowledge, and it combines both. It combines inferred knowledge and it combines spiritual knowledge. Knowledge that could not be inferred. We could not have known about the angels. We could not have known about the Day of Judgment the way we know about it through the revelation.